Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Marcie, and I wanted to come on here and chime in on the situation that took place with R. Kelly and the Huffington Post. All right, so in an effort to promote his 13th album titled The Buffet, R. Kelly sat down and did an interview with the Huffington Post's Caroline Matarastarani. All right, so during the interview, everything seemed to be going all dandy and sweet, right? Up until about 6 minutes and 42 seconds into the interview, Caroline asks him some questions pertaining to the previous, having sex with underage girls situation. All right. So Kels didn't take too kindly to that. And I'm going to let y'all hear a clip from the audio, and I'm going to come back with my thoughts on this situation.
That they're conflicted, that they want to support the music because they think musically you are a genius, but they can't support you. So this is one tweet of many tweets. So Vante Culpepper says, would I let R. Kelly babysit my daughters? Fuck no. Would I play his music at a family party? You're goddamn right. What do you say to fans that are conflicted about you?
So we can curse on this TV show?
Yeah, absolutely. You can say whatever you want.
I say fuck that. I say I have a lot of fans around the world that love R. Kelly, and I'm glad that they don't feel the way she do. You know, God bless her. But you can't satisfy everybody, and you're not going to always have everybody to hold you down, you know. But when I go to my concerts, which I've been selling out concerts, I've just gotten off a tour, finna do another buffet tour. And I really do believe it's going to sell out, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm just glad to know that everybody doesn't feel the way she does, or or anybody else that feels like her. God bless those people.
So when people think of R. Kelly, right, they don't just think of the music. There are other artists that, when you think of somebody, you think, oh, just their music, and you think about their back catalogue, you think about the hits that you love dancing to in the clubs. When you think about R. Kelly, I think people find it very difficult to not think about the multiple lawsuits, the multiple allegations of you having inappropriate relations, sex relations with minors. What do you say to those people who find it conflicting?
Well, since you're the one brought it up, I'll just say it to you because I don't hear from anyone else. You hear a few rumors here and there, but as far as from me to you, I would say, again, fuck that. I'm a man that believes what I see. And everywhere I go, from malls to restaurants to tours, sold-out tours, overseas and back, and everywhere I've been, and I'm a man who has been around the world a few times, multiple times, and everywhere I've been, I get nothing but love. Now, unless all of those people are tricking me and acting when they see me come in a concert, somebody's behind there with a sign and say, okay, everybody scream, we love you. Unless no, I'm not finished. Let me answer the question.
I was just going to say,
answer your question.
I was going to agree with you and say that there isn't anything.
You can't agree. I have not finished.
Okay. So y'all heard the gist of the part I wanted y'all to hear. Now, here's my thing on the whole situation. Now, first of all, I'm going to say this. R. Kelly is a fucking genius, okay? I would never take that away from him. Never. I came up during his era when he first was with Public Announcement, and then he went solo, and I mean he's just been making hits after hit after hits after hit after hit. I mean he's one of those type of people where almost everything he does is a hit, like Chris Brown. Everything he does is a hit for the most part, and so we can't deny R. Kelly is not he is a genius, like I said. I mean, I don't know no other way to put it. However, when those that whole scandal came out, when that videotape was sent to the police department or whatever, I forgot how it was done. It was so many years ago, but I know the videotape of him pissing on that young girl was sent over to somewhere. I think it was the Chicago Police Department. And it was already whispers about him and the late Aaliyah, God rest her soul. It was whispers about him and her, getting married and then having it annulled and everything. And Aaliyah was only 14 at the time. So it had already been rumors about him, and then when that videotape came out years ago, it kind of sealed the deal for a lot of people. Now, I saw the videotape years ago, and although it had been, it wasn't a clear copy because it had been downloaded so many times, but I do believe that was him on that tape. I sure do. Yes, I do. I believe that he did mess with young girls. I don't think that he messed with anybody against their will. But I do think that he was one of those older men that likes some young tail. And he's not the only man. There's a lot of men out here that mess with young girls. And I mean, these young girls willingly have sex with them. But see, it falls back on the male because he's older and he should know better. Young girls, they go through their little hot stage of being hot, thinking they're grown or whatnot. And as an older man, you're supposed to still know, that you shouldn't mess with this young ass girl. This girl's what, 14, 15, and you're like fucking 20 something. Come on, dude. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So in that sense, I do think that yes, I do think that he did have something to do with these girls. Now today, you know, I just feel like I think he's gonna. I mean, of course, he's gonna deny it all. Of course, you know what I'm saying. But I will say that a lot of people have forgiven him. I mean, not gonna say forgave him, but a lot of people have moved on from the situation. I remember when it first happened. His music was pulled from the radio stations, and nobody was fucking with him like that. So, with all that being said, regardless of how great of an artist he is and a songwriter or whatever, that ugly situation is always going to be attached to him. Unfortunately, he's going to always be attached to it. So I feel like the interviewer, I don't think she was wrong. I think her line of questioning was perfect. I think she had every right to mention, you know, his past because it was something that bled over into his professional career. His music was pulled from the radio. I mean, come on, like you just can't deny it that it did, and it affected his image. It affected his name a great deal. It did. So she's not sitting there telling no lies. And one thing I noticed and I found interesting is he kept telling her, like he said, if one more negative thing come out your mouth, I'm going to leave from this interview and I'm going to go to McDonald's and get him. He said he was going to go get a McRib sandwich and shit. You know, but it's like, okay, you can say what you want, R. Kelly, but to me, I don't think she was wrong. I think her line of questioning was on point. I think she asked the right questions. And I mean, like she said, there are some people that are still conflicted about you. And regardless of, the changes that you've made and regardless of how many years that has gone by, that is still something that people are going to talk about when it comes to R. Kelly. Like when your name comes up, it's gonna come up from time to time. No different from the situation with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Chris Brown, it's always going to be Chris Brown and Rihanna. They're going to always be attached to that ugly situation. Not to say people have to harp on it, but I'm saying there are going to be times where somebody's going to still attach you to that situation. Just like Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. People still to this day are asking Hillary about the Monica Lewinsky scandal. So it's going to happen. And R. Kelly, to me, I feel like in this interview, he handled himself very unprofessionally. I feel like she made him hot under the collar. And I honestly, I'm really curious as to why this situation still makes him uncomfortable. I think it's because he never admitted up to anything. It's almost like he just shoved it under he swept it under the rug and just tried to keep it moving. Well, R. Kelly, the media does not work like that, buddy. And you have been in this industry long enough to know it does not go over that well. It does not go over that smoothly. You know, you're always gonna have those people that want to ask you, and sometimes some people may just do it out of malice and trying to be mean and hateful. But then sometimes others are genuinely just wanting to know because it is a part of your past. So I feel like for R. Kelly to sit up and think that he could do interviews, without anyone ever asking him about that situation is just ridiculous. Chris Brown has to understand, and I don't mean to keep bringing up Chris Brown, but I'm just saying I'm just making a point. Chris Brown has to understand that no matter how great of an artist he is, and no matter how long ago that situation happened with Rihanna, I don't care if it's 20 years from now, somebody's gonna still bring that up, and he can't get mad about it. It was something that he did, and I mean it is what it is. You have to accept it. So when it comes to R. Kelly, I just feel like he was very unprofessional to walk out of the interview like he did. I feel like he let us see him sweat, and he should. I feel like and he should know better than that. He's been in the game way too long. So like I said again, I'm not gonna take from R. Kelly. R. Kelly was the dude, man. He was and still is the Pied Piper. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to make good fucking music, man. I remember when 12 Play first came out, you couldn't tell nobody nothing. R. Kelly, I mean, especially when I remember, I can't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, baby. Oh my gosh, the remix to Bump and Grind. Oh my gosh. Whew, 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 whew. So again, this is not to take from R. Kelly. This is not to, put him down. And he kept telling the interviewer, oh, if one more negative thing come out your mouth, talking about she's being negative and stuff. And my thing, she wasn't being negative. Sometimes people just get on my nerves acting like when somebody's being real and honest about something that they're being negative. Just because somebody's not saying something to appease your ass all the time does not mean they're being negative. And I feel like she did talk about the album. She talked about it, but what happened was those tweets came in. She was reading those live tweets, and that's what threw it off of the album just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So she went into the past situation. I don't think she did it on purpose to attack him or anything like that. I think that's just how it came up because she read those tweets. So I mean, and that's just my take on it. I don't think that she was out of line. I don't think she was disrespectful like he claimed she was. I think she was just doing her job, and he just acted a damn fool, and he just let us know that he got uncomfortable. And, I mean, he acted like somebody who was guilty. I mean, if you never did all those things, if you never slept with those young girls, why are you uncomfortable? Why does this situation make you hot under the collar? To the point where you just felt like you needed to get up and walk the fuck out. They say you can't take the heat, get the fuck up out the kitchen. Hello. you know? So, hey, that is my take on it. And I'm going to say, I heard a R. Kelly song on the radio today. Matter of fact, I wonder if it's off, I don't know if it's off that Buffet album, but if it is, man, that single was hot. From what I heard today was pretty hot. So, I don't doubt that this album not going to be hot. Hell, Black Panties was the shit fire, you know? I just hate that the music industry is the way it is right now because it's like my generation, we are fans of R. Kelly's, but I don't know so much about the young people, the younger generation, like the 20s and the teens and the 20-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? That just kind of irritates me about the music industry because it's so diluted and there's just so much shit out here. It's hard to really know the good music, and R. Kelly is one of the people who makes damn good music. Like I said, my generation coming up, he had it on lock. He had it on lock. And back then it was many great artists out, but he still was able to, shine like he did. So I don't take nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this interview, I can't believe he got that uncomfortable and he felt like she was attacking him. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I think she was just doing her job. I think he just got uncomfortable. What I would suggest is R. Kelly learn how to answer those fucking questions about those past sexual misconduct or whatever you want to call it. I think he needs to learn how to answer those questions because they are going to be asked. They are definitely going to be. Nobody's going to dance around it or sugarcoat it just because he don't want them to. Or unless he better start doing interviews where before he do them, he better just start saying, "Listen, I'm not answering no questions about da 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 da. Don't even ask." Now he just gave with him walking out on this one. He just gave the next interviewer something to ask about. Oh, I want him to go on Oprah, honey, because Oprah got a way of getting shit out of people. Now I know he ain't gonna duck and dodge Oprah. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. So that's my take on this whole thing. And let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that the interviewer was out of line, out of pocket? You know what I'm saying? Was she disrespectful? Was R. Kelly was he right to walk out of the interview? Was he or was he on some BS? So y'all let me know what y'all think. And this has been Miss Marcie. Thank y'all so much for listening. I holla. Peace.